Ooh, 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 ooh. That's an opening. Okay, right. Let's just please just something good this week. I don't really care what it is, just something good. I've been putting out some real crap recently. Let's give it a good mix up. Right. What's this? Okay, is this a thing? I mean, it must be a thing. I'm holding it, but Untitled Low by Maison Margiela. Doesn't look like it's one of their replica lines or anything. Just Untitled Low. Oh, let's give it a bosh. See what happens. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's an opening. Whew. That's quite an opening. I've made this face and it's rough as arseholes, but quite nice. It's had this real spicy smash, like this real peppery, spiced kind of grapefruit. Really weird mix. I mean, you hear that a lot, like you got your openings with like grapefruit and pepper, but this was really, I can still smell it. Really strange opening actually, because the citrus, the grapefruit, really big, like really quite sort of neon grapefruit and quite nice. And then there's this weird like hyper kind of herbal, peppery vibe alongside that, which is quite savoury. It's quite a conflicting sort of mix in the opening. Not unpleasant though. Quite strange, but not unpleasant. Can't say this is the sort of thing I've smelt before. Actually, quite unique. That's about it though. You got this like quite strong kind of citric, grapefruit, lime, bergamot kind of mix with a very herbal sort of green vibe, but that's quite bitter. And then there's this kind of pepper streak that runs through that. And then there's something else. There's one more thing. There's something else underneath that smells like it's a floral or something. It might bloom a bit later, but right now it's really hard to pick it. It's right because that citric is almost like blocks your nose because it's so kind of pungent and sort of forefront, and it's got obviously citrus is quite acidic, right? So it tends to kind of just shroud and block everything. But there is like a floral just below it that I can't quite pick out yet. But it's nice, quite unusual, but quite nice. More of a summer thing, more of a warm weather thing. Quite a peculiar opening. I quite like this. Okay, I think I'm gonna wear it because really there's not much else to say about the opening than that. It opens with a very big, really big grapefruit. That has sort of tempered already, actually, saying that, and come down a little bit, like knocked itself down a touch. But it's still really big, but it's more just like citrus. When it opened, it was real kind of like sort of almost photogenic grapefruit, but it's becoming more of a generic bland citrus. With this kind of herbal streak that runs alongside, and I would say it's equally in the front, but it's getting out performed by the citrus because of its just because we tend to sort of pick citruses up really easy, right? So it sort of feels like it's lower, but I feel like they're both on a level, but the citrus is kind of sort of alpha in it, I guess. And then there's this sort of peppery streak that runs along that as well. There's not a lot of sweetness apart from right buried underneath. Maybe it's like an iris or something. It's got that kind of slight, almost waxy orris root kind of feel to it. But it's really subtle, and I can't pick it yet because it's just too berried. But there is some sort of floral under there that's providing a bit of sweetness. But that's it. Quite nice. I quite like it. It smells a little bit like sort of homemade lemonade or something like that. It's got that sort of feel to it. The citrus does have a kind of almost like carbonated. Really nice though. I will wear this for the rest of the day, and I'll come back. The opening so far, I would say, quite nice and looks promising. So we shall see. Nice one. Cheers. Okay, I'm back. So I've had low Maison Margiela Untitled low on all day now. It's kind of knocking onto the morning time, so I've worn it for a good sort of 7 hours, and it's still there. It's not so like beast or anything, but it's still there. It's definitely, within a foot, you can sort of start really kind of smelling it. So it's quite close, but it's kind of fair enough. Say it's about 7 hours in. It's kind of what you'd expect. So yeah, what did I think? I quite liked it. The notes are, I looked them up. So the notes are citruses on the top with Amalfi lemon and mandarin orange, which I thought grapefruit was the strongest note for me for quite a few minutes. I guess that included in the citruses, but yeah, okay, so that's fair enough. And then it has middle notes of African orange flower, green notes, the dreaded green notes that don't really tell you anything, and mint, and that's it. I don't think I ever smelt the mint, which is a shame. I think you could say that it is there, but to be honest, I just felt like that middle was more like green. It didn't really feel like mint to me. I thought it was more just a green vibe. But overriding much more than that green vibe was just a really linear, strong lemonade kind of feel, or like those lemon sherbet sweets, sort of fizzy lemons, things like that. All of those things describe this really well. It's quite a basic scent. It's a little bit herbal, a little bit green, but mostly kind of like a homemade lemonade. It does have like I've got one of my eyelashes is like all wrong. It does have a definite fizziness to it. Like it does feel like a lemonade, or like I said, like a fizzy lemon sweet. It's definitely got that kind of lemonade vibe to it. For me, I feel like that's where the green notes come in as well, because you get that kind of homemade lemonade where people might put like a sprig of like some sort of like basil or mint or something on top. It really feels like that. It's quiet, respectable, really nice for the summer. I think like late summer evenings would really be really nice for this, because it's not super fresh despite what you might think. It's got all that green and that lemon and that citrus and that fizziness. You think that sounds super fresh, and it is fresh, and it does for a while have this real clean, soapy vibe. Just short sort of period for about an hour in the middle, it gets quite a little soapy, but it drops it soon afterwards. And to me, it doesn't feel that clean. There's this sort of mossy green undertone which kind of stops it getting ever too sort of fresh and clean, and I appreciate it for that. But yeah, I think the sort of late summer evenings, I think this would work really well. I tell you what it reminded me of. It reminded me a lot of a few like the Hermes scents, and it really reminded me of that kind of sort of dreamy, romantic, transparent vibe that you get with them. and I really do think that fits this fragrance well. That description, kind of like dreamy, romantic, and transparent, soft. I liked it. I thought it was good actually. I looked it up. It's about £90, and it's not that available actually. Even on their own site, I'm not sure if it's been discontinued. A few department stores just didn't stock it at all. That it was out of stock. And on their own website, they didn't really seem to talk about it. They had the EDP version, but they didn't have this version. So I'm not sure if it's been discontinued already. I say already, apparently it came out in 2011. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's been discontinued or if it's just not that easy to get hold of. There are some shops that sell it, and it's about £90. And I think that's a fair price for it. I think but for what it is and for its price, I actually liked it. I did like it, and I would potentially buy it. I'm thinking about it. It's completely the wrong time of year to have tested it, really. But I mean, you can tell that this is going to smell nice. If I was going to say anything against it, and I do think it has things to go against it, the green. I'm not like a massive fan of anything that gets too green, and this for me teeters on the edge. Like sometimes I feel like green notes turn my stomach a little bit. They get a little bit too bitter and sticky and milky, and that I don't really like that. But for me, this sort of teeters on that edge. It's still in a place that I can appreciate, and so I'm alright with it. And like I say, I think I will probably buy it if I can get it not at £90. If I can get it cheaper, then yes, definitely. But I really liked it. I did think it was good. I actually really enjoyed the wear, and I like those kind of romantic, dreamy scents anyway. Like I said, this is one of those ones that you put on by yourself and just wear on like a relaxed summer's evening, or even kind of very late summer, early autumn, and of course spring is going to work because of all the green in it. But I think sort of like as the summer's closing on an evening, I think this would be a really nice, go and read a book in the park kind of scent. I really do think it would work well. It smells like a very cozy, comfy, romantic kind of fizzy lemonade, and I really liked it actually. I thought it was really nice. There is a flanker, and it's called I think actually it's just called Untitled, and there's no low or whatever, because this is the low version, and there's like an EDP version. The EDP version apparently has like incense and some bit more pepper and stuff. Said that the opening for this definitely had pepper, but it disappeared quite quick. So I'd be interested to smell that as well, and that one seems more available. But I would be interested to smell that as well, because apparently they're quite similar, but the flanker is a little more apparently like complicated or complex or whatever. Sometimes I feel this sort of fragrance doesn't need to be complicated, and in fact the fact that it's so simple is what I like about it. But I'll give it a go, because I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I thought it was a nice scent actually. I did really enjoy it. It not anything like groundbreaking, but at the same time, it does have a little bit of an edge with the green. It was quite that did kind of step it up a notch, and I thought it was nice, and I think at the price it's at, I think it's reasonable. So really, I can't really kind of knock it too hard. So that if I was going to knock it like at all, I'd say that the green for me was on the edge. You could say it's a boring scent, like in the sense that it's not breaking any sort of new ground or anything. But then that's okay. Yeah. Otherwise, I think it is what it is. It's just a really uncomplicated, romantic, soft, relaxing, quite evocative and cozy summer scent, really. Who do I think it's for? The citruses and the moss and the green make it quite masculine, but then of course that waxy white flower bring it a little bit back feminine. So I would say it's unisex, and I don't think it really leans either way. I think it's I think when you feel like it's leaning feminine with the waxy floral, it sort of twists and leans sort of masculine with the mossy green. So it's really unisex. Like I say, time of year, yeah, it's definitely like a spring, summer, autumn, perhaps like early autumn fragrance. I think it would work really well in the late summer evenings. Dress it up or down. I think just dress down. It's quite a casual scent. I think it's more one of them scents you would wear for yourself to relax, rather than dress up. It doesn't really have much kind of dressiness going for it, to be honest. Not say that the most groundbreaking thing, the most exciting thing, perhaps. Nothing that I'm gonna sort of wet my pants about, but definitely pleasant. And then I did enjoy it. I did think it was a good, enjoyable wear, which is enough sometimes for scents like this. I think that's certainly enough. Yeah. So if you're looking for a kind of fizzy lemon, give it a Bosch. Probably not many people are going to sort of put their hand up to that one because it's a bit of a strange thing to be looking for. But I think it's definitely got its place. So yeah, cheers. Thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe if you want. Cheers.